Lo and behold, the first player that walked out was Bowen, he's captain. He had each one of my children in his hand. The captain of West Ham, the goal scorer of the final. This is the pinnacle. I'm Neil. We're here today because my children were selected, I believe, from quite a few to be mascots at West Ham. I was born to a dad from Barking and a mum from Dagenham, so you can't get much more West Ham than that. There was two things I inherited from my dad, and it was West Ham and hay fever. Around about the age of 26, I went on a holiday to Ibiza. There I met my wife, and from that point my life pretty much changed.
I'm Leah, and I have been Becca's one of her closest friends since we were at school. We grew up sort of all through our teens together, from sort of young kids to then all the stages of life. So a few of the girls went to Ibiza. When she came back, she said, "I want you to meet Neil." And Neil pulled a chair up next to me and he said to me, "I don't know whether she's told you, but I'm going to marry your friend." And we all just laughed. And funnily enough, he did.
My wife was beautiful. My wife was, any one of us has been lucky to have her. She was the best mum, the best wife, the most supportive you could imagine, loyal, fiercely loyal, just beautiful, beautiful looking woman, beautiful person inside, and she was the rock of everything I've managed to do in my life. My children were very, very happy. My wife went to the gym 6 days a week. She ate healthily every day of the week, very conscious of her fitness and everything like that. She went to the doctors one day, just had a chest infection. We were out with her family on the Sunday, all having a good time. Monday she went to the doctors, they sent her home, said just a normal chest infection. At that point, she started coughing a lot more, spotting blood a little bit on the Tuesday. Wednesday came, put the children to bed on the Wednesday evening. By midnight, I'd called an ambulance. She got rushed to Bedfordshire Hospital. They didn't quite know what to do with her either, couldn't quite put the finger on what was going on. She ended up being chest infection turned into Strep A, and she was under great care. And the nurse said to me one day, "Neil, look, why don't you go and see your children?" And one of the last things she said to me, sitting in that hospital bed in intensive care in Bedfordshire, was she made a swimming motion, saying she had an oxygen mask on, helping her breathe, and made a swimming motion and said to me, Frankie's got swimming." I held my wife's hand, held Becca's hand, kissed her, she looked beautiful. The nurses had plaited her hair, she had all the colour in her, she looked beautiful. I walked out of the room, went home, and within an hour of being home, they called me, left me a voicemail. It's still on my phone, unheard now, I still haven't listened to it. I got woken up by Becca's mum. I raced back to the hospital and they told me that she passed away in that hour and a half that I'd left the hospital. My legs went, I was on my hands and knees, and from that point I didn't get off those hands and knees for about 9 months. Left me with 3 children under the age of 6. Where do I start? Telling a 2, a 4 and a 6-year-old, sitting them down and telling them that their mum's not coming back. Crippled me, put me in a place where I wouldn't wish on anyone, and I had to learn life all over again. So I decided to become that 24/7. Every dinner, bath and bed is down to me. Every school run is down to me. We've had to inch forward, fight, dig deep. We're not going to get the answers. They're very, very strong. I believe she's with us every day, and I hope that she's looking down on them every day, because for me, they are an absolute credit.
After it all happened, I vowed that I would never the children were what's left of Becca, and I always would be in their lives. And I would want to see everything that they did and growing up, and be there to support them. I kind of felt like I made a promise to her, in my own promise to her, because I didn't get a chance to speak to her before she passed away, that's what I would do.
So Prague happened 5 months after my wife's passing. I wasn't in a good place, wasn't in a good way. I've got a real good group of friends of 20 years. We've been stuck together, me and my friends. I think they realised how bad I was. They all come together and got me a ticket. Not only did I have a ticket, but I was front row, row 1, right behind the goal that both the goals went in. My friends really, really gave me a memory and experience I'll never ever forget. Prague was one of the times that I haven't experienced in my life. It definitely took me away for 4 days, 3-4 days, to a different place I needed to go. Frankie was 6 when his mum passed. He was the start of the family. When this happened, it was just us. He was in the garden, rain, sleet or snow, kicking that ball. Absolutely besotted with West Ham. He was just lived for football. The football pitch is his home, is his release, definitely. Sadie, she's following in his footsteps. She's a little terrier. She's a winner. Beautiful like her mum. She is probably the one that looks the most like her, but she's gone into the football world. She's only got on that pitch on both teams every week, and she is the one who puts it in. She doesn't shy away. That's her release too. She's win, lose, draw, she's buzzing.
Becca always had them outside. There was always a football in the garden. They were always outside, kicking a ball around. It's a massive part of their life. Anyone that comes to their house, they take straight outside and they play football non-stop. Even when they eat their dinner, they want to watch the football. All they ever want to wear is West Ham kits. So if we go to like nice restaurants for their birthdays or anything like that, it is a nightmare to try and get them to wear anything but West Ham kit.
West Ham, we're all besotted with it. I've been seeing to get all for, I think, over 20 years at Upton Park and Olympic Stadium. We go together. It's just a day where we can forget about everything. It's a day that we get to train up with 66,000 other people in the stadium who have all got, all been through tragedy, I'm sure. When we're all in there as the 66,000, we are united. We feel on the same team. It's a release that these children have in their own little world. I got a phone call on the Tuesday from a withheld number, answered it, and it was lovely Georgia, for West Ham. She said, I'm not sure if you're aware, but you've been anonymously put forward by some of the mums at Hockley Primary for an Umbro award that we do. And she explained briefly that it was the children would be mascot that Saturday. As soon as the phone hung up, I cried out of sheer bittersweet, I'd say. One, that other people have recognised how strong and great these children are doing and how brave they are and how great they are. And then for West Ham to recognise that as well, I just can't explain it. West Ham as a football club of just reaching out and doing something for 3 children like that have gone through that. They'll never ever understand. We'll never understand the impact you're having on people's lives, people that 4-year-olds. It's inexplainable. It took me 3-4 days to let it sink into them, and as we got closer I explained to them that they've been chosen and sort of asked to do this because of how brave they were. They didn't quite understand that they were going to walk out in front of all the team. You could tell Sadie especially felt a sense of proudness that she's, and the whole thing just gelled together, that the reason they were there was there in the end, but they were absolutely sleepless nights the night before, leading up to it, telling everybody at school, telling all the teachers, telling all the friends and family. They were absolutely buzzing. When they went to meet the players, I think Frank didn't say a word for about 10 minutes before, which he's never done.
There you go. This one, this one. There you go.
Bowen, so Bowen. I'm so Bowen.
There you go. Enjoy the game. Right at the top.
Perfect. Lovely, thank you.
I got taken pitch side with Georgia, which was, for me as a person, that step back for me was unbelievable. I will never get that against that pitch in front of 6,000 people. Didn't know who they were with, the players, so I had my phone on and they all started walking out, and lo and behold, the first player that walked out was Bowen, his captain. He had each one of my children in his hand. And at that point, I just thought to myself, this is the pinnacle. This is something they're never, ever going to experience again. This is a one-off. And my little Sadie was chasing the bubbles, holding Bowen's hand as she walked out, and she was beaming ear to ear. Frank was proud boy, walking out with West Ham. He's walking out with the captain of West Ham, the goal scorer of the final, of the cup final. No one can take that away from my children.
We've both got Bowen. So good. How did you pull that off? Who done that?
And then we got asked to wait behind afterwards. They had a surprise for us.
Hello. How are we? You alright? Nice to meet you. Okay. What's your name? Hayden. Hayden, nice to meet you. What's your name? Nice to meet you. Lady, nice to meet you. How you doing? You alright? Nice to meet you. Have you had a good day though? Enjoyed it? Yeah. Yeah? You're going to come back? I saw you doing the Hammerstone. You big West Ham fans, yeah? Oh, lovely. Who's your favourite player? Bowen. Who? Becca, yeah? Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, usual too. That's it. Or me, yeah. I was hoping you'd say that. The camera's well, Bowen and me now. Nice. I've got some goodies here. I've heard Umbro have supported you to a nice day today, so there's a little goodie bag in there for you. A little goodie bag there for you. And obviously that's for you guys. Cheers. Thanks. So, yeah, just want to say thanks for coming to the game, and yeah, hopefully see you again here soon. Perfect. There you go. All good. I've had a good day, yeah? Lovely. Thanks for coming and thanks for the support, guys. Thank you very much. Hope you had a good day. All right, enjoy the football at home. No worries. All right, no worries.
To see them happy means so much to so many people after everything that they've been through. It really does. It meant so much to them, and it meant so much to Neil as well. To see them there and to see them experience that. When they're so happy, it makes you feel really happy, but also there's a part of you that then feels like it's really sad that she hasn't seen this. We know that she will be looking down, and she'd be so happy for them that they're doing so well and that they've had this opportunity. It means so much to them. It really does.
I have no doubt she was there on the day at West Ham. You know, when they were mascot in that centre circle walking out with Bowen and everyone, I'm sure she was watching that day and extremely proud of where they are, the journey they are and where they are on this journey. And Mother's Day, you know, the children will, you know, buy her flowers and leave things out for her, which I'm sure she'll see. And I have no doubt she is looking down and absolutely proud of where we are, you know, as a family and as children with everything. You know, and they solely believe that.